everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabriel and we are on part 5 of the 8-part 8 keys to harmonious union. We are going through each of the foundational elements, the attributes that you need to master in order to have your harmonious twin flame union. These are mentioned in Jeff and Shaleia's book, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover. Again, this is part 5 of an 8-part series. So if you haven't seen the rest, I highly recommend that you go back in the playlist and start there. But you can start here and go backwards as well if that's what works for you. But I will be probably mentioning the other 8 keys as we go through this. So it's good to know all of them and master all of them in your own time. All right, so we're gonna dive into the 5th one today, and that is compassion. We've already covered, honesty and persistence and trust, and compassion is one of the most important ones, I think, to have. Like, all of these are essential to having your harmonious union. But compassion, at least for me, is one that I've had to really work on because I don't know about any of you all, but for me, I feel like I grew up in a place where I was very hard on myself, trying to get straight A's, trying to be, the good kid, or having a lot of expectations for myself. And having compassion for yourself and your twin flame will actually help you a lot. Because if you're hard on yourself, you're hard on your twin flame, you're going to be building up that judgment and resentment and anger throughout your experience with them. And that doesn't go away when you finally come into union, and it would only build if you haven't mastered compassion. Even speaking from my own experience, I've struggled with that, and so it was reflected to me in my union of, this lack of compassion, this lack of empathy for myself. And I really had to get honest with myself that, oh, okay, here is where I'm not really treating myself so well. This can be not just compassion. Compassion isn't feeling sorry for yourself or feeling sorry for your twin flame. It's, understanding that you have the ability to make another choice, and that you don't have to move through this terrible experience, and knowing that you didn't know any better, or maybe you did and you still just were struggling to make the right decision. You have the power to do that, and maybe you're doing your best, and that's enough. And just having that compassion and that forgiveness of yourself, it will really go a long way. And I really wanted to read something from the book here, because it's really important that when you recognize the choice of another, no matter how badly they may be, they cannot affect you. You can detach yourself from their choices. Even your twin flame's choice cannot affect you separate from you. They would only ever reveal your choice. And actually, I want to go back a few sentences there. Having compassion is essential to cultivating perfect union. It is something that you must learn along the way, and you will be tested on it again and again. Compassion starts with you recognizing no one else can harm or affect you in any way. And that's really important, because I think where we find ourselves not having compassion, especially for our twin flames, is that you have expectations for them, or you think that they've done something to you. So if they've treated you badly, if they've ignored you, if they've done all these things, while you don't have to accept bad behavior, if they're your twin flame, they are showing you that you are doing that to yourself in some way. And it could be more subtle. They could be amplifying that experience so that you can see it more clearly. But it's a place that you have to get really honest with yourself and say, like, am I ignoring myself? Am I cheating on myself by ignoring my intuition? Am I doing these things that would, um, be reflected by my twin flame in this way? And if you're not sure, you can use the mirror exercise to help you get clear. That's why we do the mirror exercises, because sometimes it's not always literal. It's like, it's not what they are doing, it's what they're triggering within you and the feeling that you have within that they're really pointing you to look at. And so to really get clear on what they're showing you, that's where the mirror exercise is required. And then you can love yourself in that space. And once you feel it at the core, it won't happen again. Another element, though, to compassion is allowing your twin flame to go through the experiences that they need to go through. Jeff talks about in this book where when they first got together, he was being scammed by his business partner, and she had to Shaleia just had to be compassionate with Jeff and allow him to go through this experience, because he needed to learn his own lessons. And the same goes for your twin flame. Like, you can't just say, I know better, and try to control them, or, get angry at them and punishing or judgmental of them, because you're only ever doing that to yourself if that's how you feel towards them. And holding on to that is just like really like poison to your soul of like, oh, I'm going to be angry at my twin flame. I'm going to be judgmental. Like, how dare they do that? Oh, they're so stupid. But like, you're really just saying that about yourself, and you don't deserve that, and they don't deserve that. And you're really just calling for compassion. It's okay to have to go through the experiences that you are going through, in order to learn your valuable life lessons. I'm sure like Jeff had to learn it in this way. Like, sometimes we have to learn through experience that this isn't the type of experience that we want. And sometimes there are things that, you just need to learn the hard way. And so, like, if you have a twin flame that's going through a third party experience, they're with a karmic partner or something like that, or they're going through something and you're just like, oh, like, why are they doing this? Like, they just look like a fool to you, right? But you have to remember that they are you, and say, like, where have I done this? Where have I had instances where maybe I should have known better, but I went through an experience and I learned from that. And respecting and loving and having compassion with your twin flame and sticking with them, even if they're not physically with you, like, still being committed to your relationship, even though you're going through this type of experience, will actually help you keep moving forward, and help them move through it much more quickly. You can imagine that if you're going through a hard time, like, does it help to have someone yelling at you and someone judging you and someone telling you you're wrong? Or does it help when someone says, you know what, like, here's my advice, or I don't really understand why you need to go through this, but I love you and I will stay with you or stick with you, or I still believe and I still love you. And, like, that unconditional love, that is another one of the 8 keys that we'll discuss, that will allow your union to become really unstoppable, really grounded, because you're not going to be holding all these grudges and resentment towards them. You just learn to have patience and compassion with yourself, and you'll actually feel more love for each other, and your twin flame will really appreciate you for holding that space, because you're really holding that space for yourself, and they'll reflect that as well. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and ring the notification bell if you'd like to be updated when the next video is uploaded. If you are wanting support for your harmonious union, if you're struggling to find compassion for yourself and your twin flame, or any other issues that have come up along the way, or challenges that you're facing, I offer my coaching services and oracle card readings at sacredtwinflameunion.com to help you really claim and take command of your journey and heal into a place of harmonious union. If you would like those services, again, that's at sacredtwinflameunion.com, and I will see you all in the next video.